and welcome to the Psych and Business Podcast, where we highlight the integration of psychology and psychological principles into the world of business and organizations. I'm your host, Dr. Ernest Wayde. All right, so we're going to talk about collaboration today as one of those foundational leadership behaviors, skills, and characteristics when you're leading other people. If you'll remember, in this section of the individual episodes, we're focusing on those really essential foundational behaviors, skills, and characteristics that a leader really needs to have when they're focusing on others, when they're focusing on the group or the team or the individuals that we're leading. And as a leader, you often have to work with other people. So collaboration is one of those foundational leadership skills when focusing on other people, when leading a team or a group of individuals. It's also actually really important because as a leader, you often have to help your team or your group or the people that you're responsible for. You have to get them to work together and you have to get them to do that well. And so collaboration really is key and critical to that aspect of leading. Not just for you as a leader to collaborate with your team, but also really understanding how you can get your team to work well effectively. And so collaboration here is really a very important leadership skill that you need to have if you want to work well with your team and help your team work well together. So let's start off by defining collaboration because I always think it's important to define what we're talking about to make sure we're on the same page. So collaboration is defined by the American Psychological Association, the APA, as the act of two or more people working together to obtain an outcome desired by all. So again, I'll say it there. Collaboration is defined as the act of two or more people working together to obtain an outcome desired by all. And really, when we're talking about collaboration in this way, you can really describe it as an interpersonal relationship where the parties are cooperating in an effort to achieve some specific outcome that both parties or more parties involved would like to achieve. And really, when we're talking about collaboration in this sense, we're really describing an interpersonal relationship of two or more parties that are working together, that are cooperating to achieve some specific goal or outcome that benefits everybody within that collaborative process. To do this well, to collaborate well with others, it really requires high emotional intelligence and social intelligence as well. And that's because collaboration is a process of social interaction. You have to be interacting with other people. It's really in the word collaborating. You really don't collaborate by yourself. We're talking about collaborating with other people here. And so you have to engage in social interaction. And to do that well, you really need a high emotional intelligence. Because when we're collaborating, we're relating to other people. We're building relationships with other people. And then we're engaging those people, and at least two, but it could be more, where the two or more are committed to the success of some joint venture. And this usually requires them to share a vision and share goals. So really, you can think of it almost like a marriage, right? Where you have two people in a marriage and they're both committed to the success of that marriage. And to do that well, if you're married, you'll understand that it requires cooperation. So collaboration requires cooperation. As I said before, it requires emotional intelligence. Specifically, I'm talking about self-awareness here. You really have to understand yourself well. You have to understand how you come across to other people. You have to have that great understanding of your abilities, of your tendencies, and really understand how you're being perceived by other people in the social setting. It also requires trust because we're talking about cooperating and working with a partner or multiple partners. So you really need trust between these partners in order to make sure that collaboration is working well. So you start to see now how some of the foundational skills, behaviors, characteristics that we talked about when we talked about leading yourself are really foundational, not just for leading yourself, but for leading other people. So it builds on itself. Now, let's talk about collaboration in a business setting. So in a business setting, you can really think of collaboration as the act of working together with one or more people to achieve some desired business result. And that's really important because we collaborate for a purpose. We don't just collaborate for the sake of collaboration. We collaborate for a purpose. And in the business setting, we collaborate to achieve some sort of business objective or some sort of business goal. So when we're talking about collaboration, it really needs to lead to some tangible result. You need to find some reason, some shared goal that will lead to some benefit for the members that are collaborating in that relationship. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to engage them in that collaboration. And so when we're talking about business setting, it's either to achieve some sort of team goal, some department goal, or some sort of organizational goal that will benefit the members of that collaborative relationship. And it usually happens when one person can't achieve the results by themselves. So if you can't achieve the business result by yourself, which frankly is the case in most business and organizations, you need to collaborate with other people, either with a team of other people or a group of other people who have that same shared goal, that same shared vision to try to make sure that you can achieve that business result that has benefit for everybody in that relationship. And that's how a business is built. That's how businesses make money. That's how we reach our business goals and objectives. You collaborate within the business, you collaborate between businesses. Sometimes you even collaborate with your competitors if it benefits you. And so this is where I think collaboration is really important. It's really talking about engaging in a relationship with other people or other organizations that benefit all of you in that collaborative relationship. In a business relationship, there are multiple benefits of collaboration. You can tackle larger challenges and achieve larger results. You can gain competitive advantage over other people if you are collaborating either within your organization or with other organizations. You increase your learning because you are engaging in a process with somebody else that may have different ideas. And so you are learning from that person as you are collaborating. And it usually results in increased productivity because you can do more than you would be able to do yourself. It also increases engagement within the team or the group or the individuals that are collaborating together. Because as a function of collaborating, you have to communicate more, you have to work well together, you have to gain a certain trust and understanding of each other. So collaboration actually increases engagement. Research also shows that collaboration decreases turnover and increases transparency because, again, the more you're communicating, the more transparency that there is. There's a better understanding of what each member of the collaborative process and team is doing, which increases transparency. And it also increases innovation because you're sharing ideas and you're working off of other people's thoughts and suggestions, similar to that learning process. It actually really increases innovation, which can be helpful to any organization. Research has actually shown that the average return on collaboration is nearly 4 times a company's initial investment. And numerous studies have shown that employees prefer collaborative workplaces, which gives them some sort of greater control and ownership of whatever it is that they're doing. So everybody prefers collaboration. Employees prefer collaboration, and leaders also prefer collaboration because it actually leads to greater efficiency and productivity. So, how do you achieve collaboration? Well, you usually need someone to bring people together and help them to work together in an effective and efficient way. And that person is a leader. So, as a leader, collaboration needs to be a skill that you're able to use to bring your team, your individuals, your group together to make sure that they are working effectively with you and with each other. So, it takes leadership to create and foster effective collaboration. And as a leader who fosters collaboration, you need to be able to do things like negotiate. You need to manage conflict with and between your people. Because as a leader who is engaging in collaborative process, you really need to go for the win-win. You have a team climate that is open and engaging of everybody in the relationship and a clear shared purpose by everybody in the relationship, the collaborative relationship. You are using influence rather than basic authority to try to get people to do the things that you would like them to do. You're trying to convince them to engage in the collaborative relationship rather than ordering them to do so. You are investing in relationships, which means that you have open communication and are building trust with your teammates, with your partners, with the people that you want to collaborate with. And you're sharing control. You're modeling what collaboration looks like for them. You are not mandating, but working together, having shared decision making to try to make sure that everybody feels invested and represented in the relationship. So when you're leading others, collaboration is absolutely a must. It's a critical skill that leaders must engage in and must master when they're trying to get other people to work well together. Not just for themselves as the leader who wants to work well with other people, but it's something that you need to help your team do well. You need to help your team work effectively together and collaborate in whatever task or activity that you have for them to do. Especially because nowadays, it's so much harder to accomplish tasks, objectives, goals by yourself. You need to partner with others to be successful. So I really encourage you to learn more about collaboration and really understand how collaboration can be helpful to you as a leader and work on your collaborative skills. Okay, I hope this has been helpful and I hope you join us again.